Hello and welcome to Ask Kate with me, your host, Kate, brought to you by the Children's Tumor Foundation. I'm so glad to be back. It's been a long time and it has been quite the year. I'm glad that you're joining me, and I'm thankful for the people I heard from over the last year who were continuing to find the videos that I've created here and find them helpful in their journey. I thought it might be nice today as we get started on Ask Kate videos again, if maybe we covered the concept of accessing healthcare. We've talked before about the NF Clinic Network and the power that it can bring to your healthcare, but I think today I want to talk a little bit about the idea of feeling empowered as a patient and knowing how to advocate for yourself. This is something that anyone living with a chronic condition or caring for someone who is really is going to need to learn over the years. And getting people on your team who will help you to advocate for yourself is incredibly important. So I want to talk about three concepts of being empowered as a patient. So the first one is remembering that not all medical centers or doctors who are neurologists or neuro-oncologists have experience with NF2 or with NF1 or with schwannomatosis, right? And so you, as the one who is either caring for someone or is affected by one of these conditions, you might know more than they do when you walk into that room. You certainly know more about your experience. And so walking in with that confidence of saying, I know what's going on with me, I know how I'm feeling, I know how my child is acting or behaving, and that's very powerful information that you're bringing into that appointment. And so having that confidence is important. Second, I want to think about finding those knowledgeable doctors and just the general idea of finding the right doctor for you or your child or your loved one. This is tricky because certainly I'm here to help with that. The NF Clinic Network is a fabulous way to access doctors who are experienced with NF. And at the end of the day, there's going to be the element of the relationship that you're able to build with those medical providers. And so if you are seeing a doctor and you feel uncomfortable, you feel like you're not being heard, you feel like it's been a frustrating relationship, it may be time to consider something else, to consider another opinion or finding a new provider. Now, often these things can be worked out, and that's part of that first one of feeling empowered and being able to go into your appointments and say, this is what I'm worried about today. So this is what I'd like to talk about and try to problem solve with you. So that's very important to remember. And lastly, I just want to encourage you not to be afraid to ask for a second or even a third opinion when it comes to particularly these big decisions that may come your way as someone living with NF or caring for someone who is living with NF. If someone says to you, if you're working with a provider and they have a suggestion for a plan of care and you're not sure, it's very difficult to make these choices. And sometimes you have a relationship with your doctor that you feel confident moving forward under their suggestions, and that's wonderful. That's what we want. But I never want people to be afraid to say, hey, you know what, I'd like to get a second opinion on this. That's okay. That is your right as a patient. And I always encourage folks to know that you're not going to hurt anyone's feelings, and it's an important part of you being your own advocate. So this has certainly been a challenging year, and accessing healthcare in the midst of a pandemic is certainly nothing that any of us expected to have to figure out. I would love to hear from the community in comments or emails to me about how this has gone for you. Have you had particular difficulty getting in to see your doctors? Have you been afraid to go see your doctors because of possible exposure to COVID? Has it been, have your appointments moved to telehealth, and how has that been going? Is it working? Is it frustrating? So I would love to hear from you about this topic. If you want to leave comments below, sharing stories perhaps of when you advocated for yourself, I would love to hear that. And of course, questions can always be emailed to me directly as well. I love hearing from all of you. Thank you for joining us again today. I look forward to continuing these videos and hearing from everyone. Thank you.